Hello. Welcome to your Monday Facebook Live with Michelle R. Price doing some Oracle cards tonight. Mediumship if required. Actually, I'm just going to flip my light on. I forgot to put my light on, so it looks a little bit different to me. So just going to pop that on and see if that makes a difference. Hello, everyone. Hopefully my volume is on at the moment. Apologies for the reflection. We've just got the sun going down in the background. Hope you've all had a great Christmas. We've got New Year's coming up too, so that's something else to look forward to, which is super exciting. Lots of goosebumps in the room tonight, so lots of feelings around spirit energy. Donna Evans, lovely. Donna, I'm going to come to you. Crystal, I see. So just clicking through some of the comments. Donna Evans, I'll do a card for you, Donna, for sure. I'm just going to pop down general. Welcome to everyone. Now, if you haven't seen me before, I do angel cards, oracle cards, mediumship, all that sort of stuff. So going to put down Crystal for some mediumship, Crystal Cochran. Now, I am Michelle R. Price, a light worker on Facebook. There's a link in this post if you want to click on my page and like it or any of those sorts of things. If you feel to, Nan Marlene. Crystal, you're on my list here, Nan Marlene, so I'll come there and have a look at that for you. Melanie Turner, you've caught my eye. Melanie Turner is after a card. Perfect. Now, do of course let me know if you have any specific questions. I do a lot around health, healing, relationships, all that sort of stuff. Whatever you feel you need guidance around, that is more than okay. Ishan Credi is watching with me and would love any guidance you may have for him as he started his first year apprenticeship. Grace, that's awesome. Let me have a look at that for you. So partner, apprenticeship. Let's draw some cards around that. See what that looks like. Fabulous. Now I will go through, and I am clairvoyant, so I will go through and close my eyes. Hello Elsie at some point. Fiona, hello. Sunshine Coast, Awena, Donald, that's awesome. Awena, let me know if there's anything you'd like. I love fellow Sunshine Coast people. I am on the Sunshine Coast up here. Sarah Holmes, I have seen you and I can see that you need a connection. Mental health. Let's ask around that and see what guidance we can get for you, hey? Mental health. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Beautiful. Awena, I'm going to read for you. You're a fellow Sunshine Coast lady. So you have a soft spot in my heart, Awena. So I'm just popping you on my list, Sunshine Coast. So yes, if there's anything you want to know specifically, let me know. Otherwise, I've got you down for general as well. And Crystal Cochran rather, I have down for mediumship. So I'm not sure I've got the kids cards at the moment. Now, well, that is a good promotion, isn't it? Kids cards, got them. So children's spirit animal and children's well-being. So if you've got kids watching, let me know. I always keep these with me, and I do readings for children one-on-one, and they are wonderful. So if there's anything you want in alignment with that, let me know. I've got the kids cards. If there's kids watching, that is fabulous. We do try to keep it PG, hopefully. So Donna, I'm just going to come to you now. I will close my eyes. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. 92 watching tonight. So that's the most we've had for a little while. That's great. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Now, if you do notice that I skip you or anything like that, just copy and paste. Cheryl Crocker, I'm adding you to my list. Cheryl's watching on my page. Cheryl Crocker, just posting you on my list here. Message from Dad. So we will definitely connect to Dad for you. Your loved ones choose me before you find me. So that is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Michelle, just looking through there. And yes, I will definitely come to you. Kids card, Kate, yay. Kate, kids. Beautiful. 7th birthday. Oh my gosh, happy birthday. 7th birthday. Well, we definitely need a card for that, Kate. 7th birthday. So that'll be the kids cards. So I'm just going to pop that down under my kids section. I like to section everything off so I know what I'm doing when. So we're going to do kids cards for Kate's little girl, I think it was, Kate. That's right. Daughter, yes, 7th birthday, beautiful. All right, so we've got that on the way. Now, if you want anything specific, as I said, I do health, relationships, all those sorts of things, and I will come back to you. So if I haven't looked at you, just copy and paste your comment, and I can definitely come back to you. So just pop your, so Miranda, in answer to your question, in line for a reading, just let me know what you would like, Miranda, and I'll come to as many people as I can. Beautiful. 15-year-old Cavalier. Oh, Michelle. Michelle, I'm going to come to you, Michelle Kelly, as well. That's a mediumship one as well. Michelle Kelly, I'm just going to come to you. You had to put your pup down, and I'm so sorry to hear that. That's not a nice thing to go through. I have been there, and I had to do that with the dog, and it's terrible, really terrible. So I'm really feeling for you. So Michelle, you're on my list as well, so I'll include that in mediumship. All right, it's going to get underway. Otherwise, we'll sit here and talk everyone's ears off all night. So stay tuned. If there is something that you're specifically after, I do have room on my list. So yeah, please post and let me know what you're after, and I will definitely do my best to get to as many people as possible. Let's get into it. So just going to start shuffling. I've got my fairy cards here at the moment. Donna Evans was after General, I believe. So I'm just doing Donna at the moment. Then I'm coming to Melanie Turner, Grace Strelo, who was asking about her partner, The Apprentice, Sarah Holmes, and Edwina Donald. Then we'll get into some mediumship. And then after that, we'll do some more cards. So please let me know what you're after, and I'll do my best to get to as many people as possible. I just move that down a little bit. Yeah, I feel like I'm just cutting off the top of my head. All right, so Donna, just going to come to you first, just tuning into your energy. Donna, it's interesting because the first thing that comes up with you is guidance, a need of guidance, direction, something like that. Whoa, so it's good that I've, oh my God, I can't believe that. That was insane. Donna, guidance, direction, everything's just flown out of the deck. It's quite crazy. Now, you've got the power is number one. All of these just literally flew out. You saw that. You've got the power. So the ball is in your court. You have the power, number one. Assertiveness is standing up for your needs, desires, all that sort of stuff, not allowing anyone to walk all over you. So being assertive, doing it in a kind way, but standing up for your rights and what you want to bring into your own life. Desires within reach, moving forward. So I'll just tune in. I'll just want to see what the message is. I was expecting to have a bit more time to connect to you, but that didn't happen because they all flew out of the deck. So I just want to have a look at these. Okay, so I just want to get a sort of general overall message. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's funny because we were just trying to get my cat inside before the connection tonight, and I was saying to my husband, you know, it's like herding cats. Oh my gosh, it's like herding cats. And what it actually feels like, Donna, for me in your shoes is trying to bring everything together. So it feels like trying to organize, trying to bring everything in together. Oh my gosh, this is really difficult. But I feel like we've reached a point where we kind of have everything where we need it and organized. Now, the bottom of the deck, I just want to show you this because I feel like that's important. Love, life, and marriage are there too. Now, the marriage card is upside down. So I feel like working through improving, you know, relationship and really focusing on that. So it feels like you've got the power. I feel like you want to be more assertive, you know, standing up for yourself, saying, this is what I need, this is what I want to do, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then I feel like we're on the same page moving forward. So Donna, hopefully that makes sense for you. Melanie Turner's after some general as well, I believe, unless Melanie has anything specific. Might come to Goddess guidance for Melanie. These are the Doreen Virtue. So a lot of my decks are Doreen Virtue. And I'm going to have a little squeeze at some of the messages here at the moment. Carrie, I'm guessing that that's mediumship. Finally on the right path, my Josephine. Beautiful. Oh, that's interesting, Donna. Yeah, the bottom of the deck is love life. So whether that's just around taking control, being more assertive in that relationship when it forms, if you're not in a relationship at the moment, have a think about that. So changing, but it's like what it felt like is bringing everything together, all of the resources, everything I've learned. And I feel like you're in a good place. So love life is there. So if you're not in a relationship at the moment, there's potential for that, but bringing it all together, knowing that you can be assertive and speak your mind and be heard. So this is you know, a preference really for moving into that relationship that you want to be seen and heard. You know, that's all of our basic need, really. So have a think about that and how that applies. Melanie, I'm just going to come to you, Melanie Turner. So just seeing what Melanie's got going on at the moment. Just going to, beautiful. I'm just going to connect to your energy, Melanie, and just see what we need to talk about there as well. Okay, Melanie, yeah. Melanie, what I want to do with you is be outdoors. Nice energy. Usually that's connection to the elements, elemental stuff like that, being out in the garden, you know, all of that, being nature, soil, getting the soil under my feet, hands in the soil, all that sort of stuff. I feel like I really want to get out there, and maybe there's a need of grounding or something like that. So I just feel like with you, I want to be outdoors at the moment, and I'm really connecting into Mother Earth. Just going to draw some cards and I'll see what comes out around that. Hopefully that supports what we're talking about. The general public, it's been challenging, what we've been through with the pandemic. So I feel like with you, it's about looking ahead, not so much looking backwards from where we've come from. But, you know, sometimes we have to honour, you know, what we've done to improve ourselves, you know, get through what's been a difficult time for a lot of people as well. So Melanie, number one is bold for you, Freya. So that's generally around standing your ground. Now, it's funny that I'm talking about herding cats tonight, because you can see there, that's a cat. It's a very strong cat connection there. Cats, of course, make everyone their slaves, and it is standing your ground. You can never make a cat do anything it didn't want to do. Yeah. So I feel like more the cat, you know, for you, personality, that's passed into now. So that's usually an indication that I'm thinking about doing that more. That can also be around sort of boundaries, saying no, you know, to others' demands on your time and energy. Blossoming is in the present, my friend. Look at that. That is beautiful, hey? So that's you coming into your own. So the blue, the bold is what we've had to do, past into now, to get here. So this is a blossoming. We're just starting to come into our own, which is great. Moving forward, a little bit of sensitivity. Right Tara means that we don't want to be around noisy environments, noisy people. An awareness that, you know, certain foods could set us off as well. Just really sensitive. So staying clear of anything that may be triggering, you know, other people. Sometimes other people that we know are triggering. So just staying clear of those sorts of people as well. And this one actually goes really well. That's the bottom of the deck. So that's your clarifier. So purification, making sure that we are detoxing, getting rid of what doesn't serve our greatest good and highest purpose. There's a little bit of that happening with you at the moment. So let's see what the overall message is. This is for Melanie. Then I'm coming to Grace, and I've got plenty of room on my list for anyone else who wants readings tonight. So let me know what you're after. But I do spend a bit of time with my eyes shut, so I'll come to you when I see what's going on. Now, I just want to get an overall message for Melanie. Yeah. Melanie, you've done the work. You've been doing the work. Yes, I'll take my hat off to you. You've been doing the work. So congratulations. We get rewarded with this sort of thing when we put in the effort and do the work. So I always say to people, you know, I'm a healer, but I don't do this on my own. It's a cooperative effort. So when people come to me and they're willing to do the work and take on board what I say to them, then it works really well. And I feel like you're willing to do the work, and the reward is the blossoming. But moving forward, we do have to do a little bit more detoxing, letting go of what no longer serves our greatest good and highest purpose, because we do have this sensitivity. So noticing certain foods with you, it does even feel like a gluten or something like that for me isn't great. So the gluten's coming up, maybe wheat, something like that. So have a feeling about that, a feel into that, I should say, because there's something coming up around that. That's around the sensitivity. So if you've already given those up, hooray, that is coming up for me as well. So a bit of a detox. Grace Strelo, rather, partner's doing his apprenticeship, first year. So Grace, let me just do life purpose, hey? Let's have a look at that. See if that reveals anything for your partner. Okay, so who's on here at the moment? Katina, hello. Marianne, beautiful, hello. Carrion, 2020. So looking ahead. Carrion, you caught my attention. I hope that's how you spell or pronounce your name. Bowden, 2021. So looking ahead, what is in store? Antoinette, hello. Beautiful. Hello, everyone who is tuning in. Now, certainly repost, because I do try to look and get to as many people as I possibly can. And I'll come to you if drawn. But yeah, just copy and post your comments, reshare. Let me know if there's anything particular that you would like me to look at. I'm just putting lavender oil on because it improves your connection and sensitivity. No problem, Melanie. Melanie's just saying thank you. Melanie's watching on my page, so I do cross-post onto my own business page as well. And if you wanted to book a one-on-one, there's a link in this post. You can click book now. I do mentorship, Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki if you're on the Sunshine Coast, and mentorship if you want to develop and discover gifts. And yeah, mediumship and all those sorts of things. Past life readings are pretty common for me to do. So lots of different things. The link is in the post. You can click book now. We're also doing joint live readings on my page tomorrow night. So if you haven't liked Michelle, our Price, a Lightworker on Facebook, we're doing joint live readings with 3 of us tomorrow night. And that'll be super fun as well. So I'd love you to join us there. Grace Strelo Partners, The Apprentice. So just going to connect into partner and just see what we need to know. Where did that go? Wow, we've got cards flying everywhere tonight. Pretty exciting. Beautiful, beautiful. Hello, Amelia and Marika and Erin. Last schooling year. Erin, love that. Erin, you're on my list. So if I do mention your name, stick around because I love to get feedback from you to make sure I'm on track. Schooling final year. I did have someone asking about schooling last week. Don't forget I've got the kids cards here too, so if you've got kids watching, please let me know. Grace, just going to come to you now. Let me just have a look in there. Grace, this actually feels like a bit of a relief. I know apprenticeships can be difficult, but I feel like it's a bit of a relief. This is actually a good thing. It feels quite positive in my shoes. So let me have a look and see what the cards are around this, and hopefully it supports what we're doing. Now, what this is actually doing, and hopefully your partner agrees with me, is a little bit around self-confidence. So building up to the point where, you know, I can do this particular role. So it's self-confidence, and that's what we're building on at the moment. So it feels super important to me. Hasn't been the easiest year, I've got to say, but it does feel like a bit of a relief to have that year behind us and looking ahead to 2021. Just looking for the future card at the moment. Waiting for something to jump out. That one feels, yeah, good. Waiting for something to jump out at me. All right, so these are life purpose cards. These are drawing virtue as well. So really, really good cards. Now, a couple of interesting ones for me. So options is usually around, we had a bunch of different things. This is past into now, of course. A bunch of different things that we could be doing. And so that's options. So that means, you know, pretty skilled, you know, being able to choose a few different things. So that's super positive. Now, this one's interesting for me because animals is a connection here. This is to life purpose. It's not so much just around the apprenticeship that we're talking about at the moment, but it is around life purpose. So there's definitely a connection to animals. So partner, might want to think about that. That can be helping healing animals, you know, all that sort of stuff. But there is a connection to animals there as well. Justice is a good clarifier, and that is bringing equality as well. So that can be fairness, you know, bringing equality for people who have been downtrodden and things like that. It may not be exactly what he's doing at the moment, but this is around life purpose, which is what I'm drawing around. But the apprenticeship itself feels okay. It's just been a challenging year, and it does feel like a relief to be through that, certainly. Now, with your partner as well, give that some thought. The author card is here. That is around, you know, writing or healing with your words, or having an ability with putting things on paper. So, you know, I'm a bit of a goal setter, but I also write novels and things like that. So there could be a book. There could be a book in here, but the author card has come out as well. So have a think about how that may apply. But I do have good vibes around the apprenticeship. But we have come out of an unprecedented year. So it has been very challenging for a lot of people, which is certainly the vibe, but he's doing very, very well. Now, Sarah Holmes, mental health, going to have a look at this for Sarah. If you are just clicking in and having a look at what we're doing here, I am Michelle, our Price, a Lightworker, as you can see from my logo, which is there. So doing beautiful oracle card, angel readings, I am a medium, so I do connect past over loved ones. We're going to do mediumship in a second. You will see cards fly up, but if they're face down, I put them back in the deck. If they're face up, then I grab onto them. I'm also a mentor, so I do mentorship and I teach Reiki. So I'm a Reiki master as well. So if any of those things interest you, the link is in the post. You can click book now and check my availability and all those sorts of things. If you just wanted to book a reading or a healing, I'm a pranic energy healer and Reiki practitioner, and they can all be done over distance. So I do a lot of my readings over Zoom these days. Sarah Holmes, just going to come to you for a moment. Mental health, just going to have a look at that and just check in on your energy. So I will actually connect to Sarah. Now, if there's anyone else, mediumship if possible, Michelle Hurst. Michelle Hurst. Did I have you on my list? I don't think I do. I've got a Michelle Kelly here. I've got a few mediumship inquiries, so I don't want to do too many, but I can probably squeeze Michelle Hurst in. Michelle, can you let me know who you wanted to connect to? And I will put you on my list. I'm strong over my hands at the moment. So Michelle Hurst, happy to do that. Just put down who you wanted to connect with, because in this forum it's a little bit easier if I have the person that you're wanting to connect to. One-on-one we can, take an hour, so it's totally fine. Sarah Holmes is going to connect to mental health for Sarah. Hello everyone who's watching. Welcome to Monday evening. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year very soon. I won't see you for New Year's. Oops, Rachel, just seeing Rachel pop up, and Rhonda, mediumship. Now, I'm happy to do mediumship. Please let me know who you want to connect with, just to shorten the process. Otherwise, I'll be sitting there for quite a little while. And in this forum, it's only an hour that I'm on for in total. So I like to get to as many people as possible. Sarah Holmes, just want to show you that around mental health, Black Obsidian has flown itself out. The shadow, that's shadow self, the side of ourself that we try to hide. And not show to the world. So have a think about that for you. Black Obsidian is obviously a protective stone, but the shadow is generally a blessing. The side that we perceive to be our negative is often like a, piece of gold gift. So have a think about that for you. Another card's just flipped upside down, so I just want to grab that one. Clarity in the present. So Tanzanite, starting to make sense. That's a blue, that's with communication there. So we've got the Black Obsidian, which is a protective stone. The Clarity Tanzanite is blue, so that's your communication. Moving ahead, we got Shine. That's the ruby. I've got a lot of goosebumps for this one. So that's got a lot of good energy around it. Ruby I also equate with prosperity, abundance, and its root chakra. So tying back into the base, root chakra. So let's just have a look at those. Bottom of the deck is conflict as well. So the Stibnite, that's the mirror. It's got like a hematite kind of appearance, and that's reflecting back other people's stuff. Now it's interesting because you're asking around mental health, and it does look like there's a fair bit going on that we need to protect ourselves from here and here. So that will no doubt be having an impact. What I want to say though is this has actually got a bit of an empath vibe for me. So feeling like an empath, feeling other people's energies, stuff like that. Also quite high standards for myself. And a bit of punishment, guilt, blame, holding on to, that sort of thing. So have a think about how that applies, because that can definitely take a toll, on us as humans, as heavy humans as we are. So the Shadow, Clarity, Shine, let me just have a look. I'll get an overall message for you, but hopefully we're on track. Yeah. What I want to do with you is hit pause. So it's like I've got a remote control and I just want to hit pause. It just feels like everything has just been going and going and going and going. And it's almost like, you look at a snowball rolling down a hill and you imagine this little snowball, and then it's collecting more snow, becoming bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like almost an avalanche. Yeah, it feels like that. So what I want to say to you is I feel like I want to push pause and just take a breath. Yeah, so a little bit of rest or recovery time will be really good for you. Press pause. In the moment, it is clarity. So when we do that, sometimes we create the space and then things start to make a bit more sense. Things fall into place. So that's going to be really important for you. And this is around speaking, because it is throat space, it is the blue. Now, in our red, which is the root chakra, so basic chakra as well, that's where our stability comes from. So concern around material possessions, if this is out of alignment, all of those sorts of things are present here, finances, all that sort of stuff. We want to make sure that that is in alignment and in balance, so we feel secure and safe. We also want to protect, do a bit of protection. So you need to do your cleansing, protecting, whatever that looks like for you, putting a bubble up. We need to be doing a lot more of this smudging, all that sort of stuff. But knowing that these are there, both of them, we need to take a little bit more time, hit pause, and maybe not expose ourselves to this sort of energy. So just avoiding that for the time being. will be really good because you're a little bit sensitive. So hopefully that makes sense. Awena, just going to come to you. You're on the Sunshine Coast, which is awesome. I'm going to pop those back over there. Now, if you do have kids watching, let me know. I'm more than happy to have a look at cards for your children. Hi, Amy Mac. Hello. I had a wonderful Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, we do have that heavy sort of human energy about us, don't we, Jason? It's nice when we get to meditate. Thank you, Ainsley. Ainsley's commenting on my yellow dress. And then we meditate and we fly, and it's just like the most amazing feeling in the world. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Crystal Cochran, or Crystal Cochran, Manuel? I thought I had Crystal Manuel. Oh, I've got Crystal Cochran. Hopefully that's a different person. Crystal Manuel, general mediumship, or just anything. Crystal Manuel, if you want to connect with someone in particular, then let me know. With the mediumship, it's a lot easier and faster for me in this forum to know who we're communicating with. In one-on-one settings, it's totally different. We're fine. But in this setting, we don't have a lot of time, so I like to get it to as many people as I possibly can. So DJ, happy again. Just let me know who you want to connect to. More than happy to do that. Sarah, all right, where was I? Awena, Full Moon Crystal Cleanse. Beautiful. So, Awena, I'm just coming to you now. I'm just going to write down a couple. Gimpy, Nicola Alv, perfect, who is in Gimpy. Nicola, I'm going to pop you on my list. Oh, that's funny. You just asked if I am on the list. You are now. Nicola in Gimpy, I have popped you on my list. Okay, so you are on the list. Don't go anywhere. And yeah, love the feedback. Love the feedback. Keep it coming because we're not perfect, but we can only do our best. Awena Donald, just coming to you now. So just going to do that. And Kimberly Sharp. Okay, yeah, I can see that you really need a connection. Kimberly Sharp, you're going on my list. So I'm just putting you down here now. There is still room, so to let me know, keep the messages coming. And I will definitely do my best to get to as many people as possible. Kimberly, I can feel you really need this, so I've just popped you on my list as well. Awena Donald, General, just coming to Awena now. Just connecting you to your energy, Awena. Awena, you feel, what I want to say is quite solid. Rock solid. It's a little bit different with the root chakra. We're just talking about being a bit out of alignment with you. I feel rock solid. So I feel quite centered and quite focused as well. What it feels like with you, Awena, is also looking forward, looking forward 2021. A few people have been commenting like that tonight, but I feel like optimism is here. So optimistic about what's coming as well, which is really good. Third eye, strong for you. That's just popped out. So that's a connection to visions, dreams. Third eye controls a bunch of different things, intuition, inner guidance, all of that sort of stuff. But visions and dreams, an interesting one for you. Third eye, feeling quite activated. That's past into now. Face down. All right, so let's see what else for Awena that we need to know. Awena, with you, I feel like you're doing a lot of work on clearing your energy because it does feel quite good. Whatever you're doing is working, so keep it up. I even feel plant-based for you. It feels like you're doing all of that. You feel quite high vibrational. So I feel like you're doing a really good job. Let me just draw a couple of cards out of here. The one thing I will say is it does feel like putting something on the back burner. So what I will say around that, oh, these are good. Wow, putting something on the back burner. So I feel like we want to get you into action with whatever this is. So if it's just an idea at this stage, I feel like I really want to action that, do something with it, develop it further. But it feels like something on the back burner. Either it's too hard or there's fear or something around actually doing it. But I feel like that's really important. Third eye is there. I've mentioned that. Queens is in the present. So this feels like another way to earn this. The gold raining down. So have to think about that because it feels like there's something on the back burner. It's an idea. It's something I could do something with. 9 is humanitarian. If you look at numerology, 9 is humanitarian, helping, healing, service, being of service, being on the front line, stuff like that. Really important. Now the Phoenix is another 9. Phoenix is on the front of the deck. And the Phoenix is being reborn, essentially, like a butterfly. So bursting into flames, turning to ashes, and then rising from the ashes, even better, brighter. that's you moving forward. So this is a real power card. Yeah, real power card. So I feel like you're definitely doing the work. This is around third eye, paying attention to visions and dreams, writing them down. It can also be closing your eyes in yoga, doing meditation, you know, all that sort of stuff. All improves connection, third eye up here. The money is in the present, the abundance, and we've got 2 9s. So both of these are feeling very humanitarian for me, helping, healing others. Bottom of the deck is feathers, which is a sign from spirit. So how they communicate. So noticing the signs, really important. 5, which is the 1 and 4 there, is major change in all areas. So it feels like different, 2021 different, new things coming. Okay, so let me just get an overall message for Rowena. What I want to say here as well is it feels like some problems have to be solved or something like that. So it just feels like something on the back burner, a few issues to be ironed out, and then we can go ahead. So it feels like that. Hopefully the idea has dropped in because it's feeling quite strong for me. But I feel like a bit of problem solving, and then we're good. We're making money. So it feels like it'd be great to be, you know, a side hustle or something like that. And then maybe it could become, you know, my main gig. But I do feel like, you know, you're at the helm. I feel like this is something that you could be doing, you know, we're not working for someone else is what I want to say. So this feels really good. It could also be incorporating, if you're already working for yourself, incorporating something into that, you know, a side hustle into that. And making that bigger and better. But there is a bit of a rebirth happening here. That's the phoenix rising from the ashes, but lots of prosperity in the present. Awena, I'd love to know what you're doing. Give me some feedback so I can figure that out, because that is exciting. Now, Crystal, just coming to mediumship now. So Crystal Cochrane is first. You want to connect to Nan Marlene. Cheryl Crocker wanted to connect to Dad. And then we have Michelle Kelly, who had to put her beautiful Cavalier dog down. So we'll do the 3. Hello, Alana. Connection with Mother. Alana, that's great timing. I will connect to Mum. I'm just going to pop you on my list. Squeezing it in. Alana Downey, just going to come to Mum for you as well and see what comes through. Now, understanding this is a very short time frame that we have together. So that's why I asked specifically who you would like to connect with. So I appreciate all of you doing that. One-on-one, I don't do that. But if you want to give me specifics, that's totally fine. But that's in this particular forum that I do that, and that's the reason. Okay, so Crystal Cochrane, just going to do mediumship for Crystal Cochrane, and we're talking to Nan Marlene. Hello, Scott. Hello, Nicole. Nicola, rather. Thank you. Penny Brand. Hello. Miranda. Beautiful. Donna. Hello. Katrina. Gigi. Awena's tagged Gigi in. Gigi, I think that might be. At my current workplace. Oh, wow. Wow, that sounds really exciting. That sounds really exciting, Gigi. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Wow, that sounds very, very interesting. DJ, I am happy to put you on my list, but I wasn't sure who you wanted to connect to. So if you just give me specifics, I'm happy to look at that for you. Crystal Cochrane, just going to do some mediumship with Nan Marlene. I might just grab my lavender. As I said, lavender helps with that clear connection, allowing you to feel the cards very clearly. Nan Marlene, just calling Nan Marlene into the room, and this is for Crystal Cochrane. Just hanging up on whoever that is. It looks like it might be a telemarketer or something. It's always good timing, isn't it? But yes, it's not just mediumship that we do, and mediumship does take a little bit of time. So if you do want general readings around health, relationships, you know, any of those sorts of things, please let me know, because we can whiz through those as well for you. Crystal Cochrane, just coming to mediumship for Nan Marlene. Yep. Now, Crystal, this is interesting. What Nan's talking about is 10 fingers, 10 toes, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Now, what this makes me feel like is a child, baby. So, you know, when you give birth and you're like, if they've got 10 fingers and 10 toes, we're good, we're good. So it feels like a baby either born maybe after she passed or something like that, that I'm drawing attention to, but it's 10 fingers, 10 toes. And it's like, it would be potentially with yourself going, oh my gosh, I said 10 fingers and 10 toes, and commenting on that or something like that. Usually it'll be a conversation, but it is something old fashioned where the parents or grandparents used to go, are there 10 fingers and 10 toes? We're good. So 10 fingers and 10 toes, it's the best way that I can sort of round that up, bring that back to you. 10 fingers, 10 toes. Now, there's also reference here, and this is maybe a sense of the time or the era, you know, of Nan Marlene, but it's you need to wear a sensible skirt, and it feels like the length or something is important. So it feels like my dress is above the knees, but it feels like sensible skirt, you know, it's got to be a certain length or something, but it does feel kind of the era. And I feel like it's a comment about, you know, the length of my skirt, but also a reflection of her era. So I just want to see if there's a message specifically for you. I will draw some cards here as well, Crystal. Crystal, what I want to say is the butterflies, and these are the butterfly deck. I do sometimes use these for mediumship. One-on-one, I don't always. I use different cards, but the butterflies. Now, what I want to say is that it feels like a gold butterfly, so yellow for me. So notice goosebumps, notice the butterfly. I feel like that's a sign for you guys. Now, this is, oh, that's great. Love that. Spiritual growth. It's the tiger mothy looking sort of butterfly, yeah? So spiritual growth. So keep an eye out for the gold. So it could be like that sort of thing, that sort of burnt orange. But spiritual growth. So past into now, it's a bit of an awareness that there's more out there, you know, life after death, you know, all those sorts of things. In the present, it's support. So generally that is you being a support for someone else or someone having to support you through something. So support, in need of that in the present. Windfall moving forward. We've had a little bit of discussion about finances and things like that tonight already. So windfall. Usually spirit will try to assist with this. Now that butterfly is a very kind of burnt orange. So there's a bit of gold in there as well. So that could be the one she's referencing, windfall, but they'll often try to assist with, you know, finances, stuff like that. Self-care is on the bottom of the deck. That is our clarifier, and that is you looking after yourself, taking a break, resting, recovering, relaxing before the new year comes in. But in general, not just the new year, but in general, you understand what I'm saying. I'll just see if there's anything else here from your Nan that we need to mention. Now, this could be a conversation with you and partner or hubby or someone like that, but there's something around the keys, the discussion about the keys, who's got the keys, where are the keys, is the gate locked or something like that. So generally they'll take me around, you know, conversations, things that are going on with the family at the moment, so have a think about that, how that applies, a conversation around, you know, keys. And usually this is a way of them showing me that, you know, they're around, that they're listening, and they see everything. But the windfall, look out for that. That can come in a small, you know, small sum of money over a period of time. Can be an unexpected, you know, tax return, you know, any of those sorts of things. But Nan Marlene is trying to help out with the finances, which is awesome. So Crystal, thank you. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Cheryl Crocker was after Dad. So just going to connect to Cheryl Crocker's dad. If you are just logging on, we're doing a bit of mediumship. So if you're just logging on and having a look, then... Oh, thank you, DJ. Love that. Thank you. We are doing a little bit of mediumship. So, but if you do have more general messages, because mediumship does take a little bit of time for me as well, and energy. So if you have any general queries, please let me know. I'm just adding DJ down because she has been very wonderful and very dedicated, and she's just mentioned her dad. That's perfect. Thank you. That's all I need. So yeah, just in this forum, it's just a little bit easier rather than having to go searching and wandering around, looking at different loved ones who may be coming through, because often in my readings, we have multiples sometimes. So DJ, thank you for your dedication. I will come to you. So Cheryl Crocker, Dad, just going to have a look over here for your father. I will get indications on my right when he's in the room, so that's where they come from. On my right, masculine, on my left, feminine. So one-on-one, I do a lot of mediumship, and that's generally how they'll come in the room and let me know that they're here. This is a little bit different, and I do send all your loved ones back with great love and blessings at the end of this connection as well, just so you're aware. Yeah. What I want to say here, Cheryl, for you is trying really hard, trying really hard, trying really hard. It feels like trying. So I want to give you some credit here, and for you to give yourself a pat on the back, because I feel like you don't give up, and I want to say trying really hard. Yeah. It is a little bit of a feeling with you though, of not knowing which way's up and which way's down sometimes. So a little bit of, it feels upside down for me, a little bit of confusion. But I do want to say trying really hard, so I want to take my hat off to you for that. Cheryl, what is also showing me is like a pin pad. It looks a little bit like you know, combination for a safe or something like that. So it could be around for finances, but it could be an actual safe. There's something about the pin pad. Sometimes they'll show me that as like a sign of a will, or, you know, something being left, or, you know, that sort of thing, trying to figure it out. But it does feel like a safe to me. It feels like a safe. So hopefully that makes sense for you. Figuring out the combination. Let me just draw some cards. This is with Father. What I want to say as well, it's probably going to sound funny for me to say, but you're a big girl, you're all grown up, and I just want to say that. So it's like, you know, really mature, really growing up, really mature. Moving is number one. So the move is past into now. That will indicate usually moving house, or could be changing careers. There is a career card though, so generally that is moving, you know, moving house, changing location, that sort of thing. So past into now. Dietary changes in the present, that does come up a fair bit in my readings. So that can be around high vibrational foods, plant-based. It could also be about allergies and things like that as well. So there's a few different meanings. So I'll have a look at that. And healing from the past, so healing from what has come before. So having a think about that. That can be grieving, letting go of things that don't serve our greatest good and highest purpose. So healing from the past, letting go so we can finally move forward into 2021. And that's lovely what Dad was saying about you maturing, is that's gracefully aging. Yeah, makes sense. That's the bottom of the deck. That's our clarifier. Hooray. Let me look at dietary change in particular, see if there's anything health-wise that we need to know for Cheryl. Yeah. Cheryl, what I want to say to you is pace yourself. Pace yourself. So really important. I did talk to someone before about the remote control pressing pause, but I feel like with you, pace yourself. You don't want to burn the candle at both ends. This is dietary under my hand at the moment. So eating foods that give us, you know, energy, that's more plant-based, not sort of the heavy steak dinners and things like that. Not a lot of bread, but the lighter, you know, plant-based sort of foods. What he's also saying is sort of, you know, I didn't necessarily follow that, you know, perfectly. So I feel like there's a reason that, you know, he's saying this to you is to, you know, look after yourself, you know, physically what you're putting in your body. This is our vehicle, and this is going to carry us into hopefully our 80s, 90s, even 100. That'd be great. Get a letter from the Queen. So, you know, paying attention to what you're putting in your body, really important. It's a good lesson for you moving forward. And also healing, letting go, cutting cords, whatever you can do. But gracefully aging is what we want to do. So nice and mature, but we also want to be youthful and live for as long as possible, most of us. So hopefully that makes sense. Michelle Kelly, I just want to connect to your pup. I was thinking about using the spirit animal cards. I might even do that, Michelle. So I'm just going to grab the spirit animal cards. These are generally for children, but I do feel like we might be able to use these for your pup. Because they are a spirit animal, and we might be able to get some really beautiful, simple sort of messages through. So just going to connect to your Cavalier. Ooh. I do animal communications as well, for those of you who aren't aware. So one-on-one, we do, often animals will come through if there's an animal there for someone, and we'll do a connection like that. So this is, you know, similar. And they're really the same as human, you know, humans who've passed over. Animals, we can communicate the same way. And even babies, you know, babies will come through sometimes at an older age, so they can sort of communicate in that way. But yeah, animals, babies, all of the above, we can communicate with on the other side. Yeah. Now, what I want to say, and this is with your Cavalier, look, the energy, it does feel, you know, like this pup was quite worn out, you know, energetically, physically, all of that sort of stuff. It does feel a little sort of prickly for me, and that's an indication of health not being 100%, but I do feel a little bit worn out, I want to say first, yeah. I also feel like I'm looking for my water dish or something. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I'm looking for my water dish, whether I had to fast or not drink or something like that for a while. But I feel like I'm looking for that, the water dish. That might make sense to you. Now, there's also something, goosebumps, there's also something around my collar. So it feels like holding on to, you know, keeping, that sort of thing. But I feel like the collar and the tag are intact, and I feel like I've got those. So I just want to acknowledge that. Now, there's also, this is common, and my dog did the same when he passed. is messages in the sky. So looking at the sky, looking at the clouds. So we actually called it an Abraham cloud. When my dog died, he was Abraham, and we found a cloud that looked like he was waving at us. So I'm looking up at the sky, and I feel like I want to say the same to you, is to look at the sky and look for the sign. I'm going to be up there, so looking up is really important. Let me just draw some cards. This is for your beautiful calf. So these are going to be pretty simple. They're spirit animal messages, but they're very, very short and concise. So I just wanted to draw from these. I felt very drawn to draw from here. Now, there is an interesting connection. This feels like a past life connection, though, for you. So the two of you together, and this is Michelle Kelly and her beautiful dog. But it is like a Native American Indian type connection. Wow, that's appropriate. Amazing. Just as I've said that, the wolf is number one. So it's feeling a little Native American Indian for me, that part of the world. That's the heart space, safe and protected. Yeah, so that foundation, feeling safe and secure, really important. And it's interesting, it's the wolf too, because that's, you know, part of the canine family, I'm assuming, because they're dog-like. So really, really good. Number one, safe and protected. So that's, I'm okay. You know, past into now, I'm okay. It's great that it's the wolf. But Native American Indian was popping into my head then too. Have to think about that. In the present, it's asking for help. You know, sometimes we can't do it all on our own when we're grieving, you know, stuff like that. We do need to ask for support, lean on somebody. So that's asking for help. And that is the communication. So that's throat space. Moving forward, we've got the lizard, and this is dream. Now, this is in alignment with what I was talking about with the clouds, but also in the dreams. My dog came to me in my dreams, visions, stuff like that. So I was very aware of his presence, and I'd also started to find flowers, not flowers, feathers. So dreaming, noticing your dreams and visions, because they are a clue, and your dog can actually come to you and visit you and let you know, I'm good, I'm good. So that is good. So spirit animal cards are really, really good. So pup's good. But notice the signs now. Look to the sky, look to the clouds. And amazing that that one came out. You're safe and protected. Nothing to worry about. We're all good. Yep. Michelle, hopefully that makes sense. Goosebumps. Thank you. Now, DJ wanted to connect to Dad. So I'm just going to do DJ's connection. Then I'm going to do some beautiful card drawings. We've got plenty of time left. Yay. Welcome to Monday. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to ask me anything specific, then I'm more than happy. Hello, Kimberly. I only just saw you this week. Michelle, hopefully that makes sense. Give me feedback because I love to know what's going on. Oh, yeah, we had to do the same, love. We kept our pup in like a funeral home type thing for a while before we got him cremated, so we could spend time with him and stuff like that as well. Notice the collar, though. The dog's giving me an indication that you'll keep that or something. So just notice that because that can be really comforting, being able to see that every so often and have that memory. Miranda Wilburn, yay. Miranda, I'll pop you down, so hang around because I do like to get feedback. Miranda Wilburn, let me know. I will do my best to get to you. We've only got another 10 minutes, so hopefully you can hang around for another 10 minutes. But I would love to be able to read for you. Oh gosh, lots of questions, Josephine. Beautiful, love that. Now, if you wanted to make a booking or anything like that, there is a link in here. Oh my gosh, Breeza, you've been going through some stuff. I am sharing to my own page, Michelle Price, the Lightworker. You can see the logo here. I'm sharing to my page. So as I'm looking to my left, that's what I'm looking at. Wow, there's some people going through some stuff on my page. That is for sure. Unbelievable. Hi, Anne-Marie. And Marty, yes, I can see your comments. Absolutely. We'll be back on next week from 6:15 Standard Time, 7:15 Daylight Saving Time. I don't have a lot more reading space tonight, but certainly log on as soon as possible and I'll get as many people onto my list as I can. And I do like to connect to all of you. I never want to leave anyone off. DJ, just going to come to Father, and then I've got a few more general card readings to do for everyone else. So stay tuned. And I have got Miranda on my list as well, so hopefully you can connect for another 10 minutes or so. All right, DJ, just going to come to you. So just connecting into Dad, and that was David Jonathan. Okay. Oops. DJ, this is Dad letting me know. This is with you, though. Someone rubbing you up the wrong way. So it's not Dad rubbing you up the wrong way, but it's someone rubbing you up the wrong way. It's a feeling of that. So getting on your nerves, it could be a bit of triggering, but someone rubbing you up the wrong way is the first thing I want to say. What else I want to say with you is standing up for yourself. So standing up for yourself, it's kind of teaching you that. So assertiveness, stuff like that. We've spoken about that before tonight, but standing up for yourself. So someone rubbing you up the wrong way. Strong. Yeah, strong girl. This is you. Really strong. You can persevere. You can get through this. You have great strength. Yeah. Just going to draw some cards here and just see what we're getting here. Now, the butterflies are life changers. So that's literally what they mean. They are drawing virtue. And I just find they're very good for connecting to spirit quite quickly, which is handy in this forum. Okay, so just going to have a look at these for DJ. Thank you so much for persisting. Keep the faith. Wow, a lot about family relationships. Keep the faith is number one. So that is, you know, stick to your guns. Don't give up. Never giving up. So keep the faith. Having a think about what I was just saying about someone rubbing you up the wrong way as well, and what you can do with that. Relationship dynamics make sense with what Dad's talking about. So that's very good confirmation. Your father is excellent at drawing cards. Relationship dynamics. So looking at that in the present, that's definitely what he's showing me is around at the moment. Taking the next step. So whether that is, you know, walking away, whether that's being more assertive, the ball's in your court. You need to make a decision with regard to that. Family changes at the bottom of the deck, and that is usually someone leaving, someone coming in. Can be a newborn, you know, baby coming in, or someone leaving the family, household, that sort of thing. So family changes, a bit of a shuffling around. Let me just get a message overall for DJ from Dad. Yeah. Dad's talking about the time has come, and that's this one. And I feel like, as he said, you know, standing up for yourself, taking a stand, standing up for yourself. So I feel like the time's come for that. So this person, you know, doesn't continue to do what they're doing, and that we just keep getting triggered, or, you know, whatever that dynamic is. It doesn't feel super healthy. So really examining that, and then moving forward, the time's now to take action. So being more assertive is certainly a good idea. Family changes is interesting because that's someone leaving or someone coming in. So have a think about how that could apply, DJ, and thank you so much for the opportunity to read for you. Carrion, which is a really unusual name. Carrion, just going to come to you. So I'm going to use maybe my Phoenix cards. These are psychic reading cards. Debbie Malone, beautiful. So she does relationship. I use her angel cards for relationships and things like that. I do relationship readings as well. Actually, Kate Fawcett, my apologies, Kate. I'm coming to you with your little 7-year-old girl. It's her birthday. Just going to do this quickly, Carrion, and then I'm right with you. So Kate, just connecting to your little girl there. Whoa, there goes all my cards. So the little 7-year-old, happy birthday. And I'm just going to have a look for a card for you. So 7th birthday. Little Miss 7, what do we need to know here? Just a little ray of sunshine, Kate. A little ray of sunshine, little girl. Delightful energy, really big heart, very generous, very kind, very compassionate, very caring. So just going to draw 3 cards out of here. So this is past, present, future. I do speak quite quickly, Kate, so you'll understand if you just let her know, you know, what I'm talking about if she doesn't understand, because I do go quite quickly. So little Miss 7, little Miss 7. It's a little ray of sunshine. Very nice energy. Okay, wow, that's good. Believing in magic, the crow. Now, the crow can symbolize magic, which is what the card says there. That is root chakra, so Mummy will be able to explain that. There's 7 chakras in the body. The root one's the first one. It's the basis of everything, and it's where we feel stability, security, safe, essentially. So believing in magic, that comes from the base, right down the bottom. Now, in the present, it's being kind to yourself and others. That's the deer, and that's very much around your personality that I was feeling, isn't it? So that's your sacral space, womb space, and where we create from. So our creative energy, but it's being kind to yourself and others, and I do definitely feel very compassionate, little girl. Now, this is a little bit higher in the body, and this is surprising others with favors. So it's doing nice things, but not expecting anything in return. So for adults, sometimes that is around volunteering, you know, doing something nice for someone and not expecting anything back for that. I just realized my earrings are sort of matching the flowers, the little daffodils, I think they are, on this card. Lots of yellow tonight, lots of yellow. It's good. So that's solar plexus. That's where we do from. So taking the action. So when you feel like you want to do something, that comes from being kind, that kindness. When you feel like you want to do something, it's good to act on it. You know, at the moment, if mummy needs a hand and she's not asking for it, you could jump in and help her, give her a helping hand, and it feels nice. You don't expect anything in return, but you'll usually get a nice thank you, or maybe an increase in pocket money. Who knows? Sorry, Kate. You have everything you need is on the bottom of the deck, and is that our clarifier. So that's a really lovely one. That's a raccoon with their little raccoon family. You have everything you need. Yeah, so that's an understanding that I don't want for things that I don't have. I'm really happy with what I have. Yeah, so an appreciation of that. So, Kate, gosh, hopefully that made sense. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so Carrion, I'm just coming back to you looking for 2021. Carrion, I'm just going to come here. Looking ahead, 2021, what's in store for Carrion? Then I've got Erin on my list, Nicola, Kimberly, Sharp, and then I've got a couple of people over the page as well. So Marty, beautiful. Love to see everyone connecting tonight. So good, so good. Thank you everyone for watching. Over something news, would love to know what they're possible, where they are. But it's also, her name is Cody Bo Ramsdale. Roberto, that might maybe a little bit difficult on this forum because it is quite a quick you know, 1 hour. So that is a great question. I'm happy to connect with you, Roberto, one-on-one. And I do look for that. I do a bit of forensic mediumship, looking for missing people and stuff like that. So I'm more than happy to do that. But we may want to connect one-on-one. That may be a little easier. Hi, Rachel. Hello, my darling. So nice to see all these names popping up on my page. If you wanted to book reading or any other connection, healings, any of the above, mentorship, there's a link in this post and you're welcome to click book now. I do stay online and answer questions after the show as well, so I'll do that. I'll stick around. I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, more than happy for you to jump on there, click the link, and you can either click book now or just message me and ask questions if you need to do that. Carrion, just going to come to you, 2021. What are we looking at? What are we looking at for Carrion coming in? Just going to draw some cards for Carrion. Karen, I feel like it's been a big year, and what I actually feel like is with the New Year's ball, you know, in New York, they have the ball that drops and stuff like that. New Year's, it feels like a big celebration, and that's what we've got here, really. Butterflies is new life, rebirth, you know, starting afresh. That's passed into now. Reinventing myself is what I want to say for you, reinventing myself. Communication's upside down, so that's a sign that we have to work on that a little bit. So the communication card is upside down. It's a really beautiful card that it's got all the birds and the trees and they're flying between. So that's almost telepathic, you would say, communication going from mind to mind. But communication needs a bit of work. That's upside down. So communication with someone in particular, or it could be many people, but it's upside down, showing we need a bit of work there. Coins moving forward. So a bit of prosperity coming in, moving forward. So that's wonderful. Can't argue with that. And feathers, signs from spirit. Now, the important thing with this is, and if you missed it before, the feathers are signs from spirit, and you can see it's almost like a little angel shape there. We do need to look out for that. We need to be present to notice these things. When we're not present, we don't notice the signs from spirit. So there's a lot of messages coming from heaven, and we need to be in the moment to notice those. So that's super important with that message. I'm just going to get a general overall for Carrion, looking ahead into 2021. At the moment, we're reinventing ourselves. Carrion, I do feel to say for 2021, working on communication, speaking up for yourself, being heard, really important. And then that leads to a bit of prosperity in the flows there. So I feel like the communication's a big one. So overcoming the need to maybe hold back, or not communicate fully because communication card's inverted. So that's what it's feeling like for me, is a little bit of work around that moving forward into 2021. And then we have the Queen. We have the coins flowing, prosperity, abundance. Hallelujah. That's awesome. Erin Hill was after last year's schooling. So Erin, just going to get some guidance. Goddess guidance are good, or fairies? Fairies. Erin, looking at last year's schooling. Let me just go there for you. Schooling final year. Whoops, cards going everywhere again. Now, I do want them to land face up. They do go face down a fair bit, but when they're face up, I will grab them. When they're face down, I put them back in the deck. So for those of you wondering about the flying cards, that is what's going on there. Kimberly, that would be amazing. I would love that. Love to do your past lives and all that sort of stuff. would be incredible. Erin, schooling final year, just going to have a look at that. Schooling and final year, what do we need to know there? These are the fairies. Erin, there are a few nerves, butterflies in the tummy, so definitely feeling that. But I feel like you've got a good head on your shoulders, love. I definitely feel like you've got a good head on your shoulders. You feel quite studious as well, quite high standards, a bit of a perfectionist. So people like that, you know, obviously we've got a bit of a pressure, you know, sometimes on ourselves, and we can make it a little bit harder. Now, assertiveness is standing up for your beliefs and only saying yes if you really want to. Really important. Now, that one was upside down. So what I feel like is being aware of your time pressures. So in your final year of schooling, obviously it's really important you focus on that. But if people are saying to you, oh, let's go hang out, let's go play, let's do all these other things, and you're like, no, you know what, my focus is on my studies and I have to get through this, it's up to you to go, yeah, you know what, I'll take a rain check, standing up, being really assertive. So not allowing anyone to kind of walk over you and make you say yes to something that you don't really want to do. Yeah, really important. Forgiveness is in the present as well. And I know we're asking about final year of schooling, but the fairies are really good for, you know, children, animals, all that sort of stuff. So there's some forgiveness. That's letting go in the present to anything that's holding you back, relationship, connection, and experience that was unpleasant. So forgiveness, moving forward, it's easy does it. That's going with the flow. So there is a little bit of pressure. Now, what that actually makes me feel like here is, yes, the pressure where we have, you know, high expectations, high standards can come from our parents and their expectations. But I feel like letting go of that, because it is feeling a little bit like that for me. But it's also forgiving yourself, you know, that you can't be perfect. You know, we're not perfect. And so really accepting that with yourself and easing the pressure off a little bit. I feel like that's really important. And then being gentle, patient with ourselves moving forward. We can only do what we can do. You know, you can only try your best. But you are very studious and you've got a good head on your shoulders. So I feel like this is a good thing. But lots of patience with yourself moving forward. Kind to yourself as well. Nicola Alf is after some general guidance. Might just go back to Goddess Guidance with Dorian Virtue. Who else is on here? Hello. Feather card looks like an angel. Yeah, it does. Michelle, I agree. It does look like an angel. Oh, Roberto, that's awesome. Mobile massage business. Love. I will definitely try and have a look. I am a little bit over time already, but I'll definitely try and at least draw a life purpose card and see what we feel about that. Nicola Alv is after some guidance. Just going to come to Nicola, Goddess Guidance. Hello to everyone who's watching. I am clairvoyant, so I do close my eyes for a lot of the connections. Nicola, just going to connect to you. She was after some general. Nicola, what I feel like I want to say to you is I feel like I've been in the passenger seat a little bit and I want to get back into the driver's seat. So back into the driver's seat, really important, and switch across onto the other side. Now, this is awesome. The True Love card here is upside down. This is for Nicola. That's upside down. So that's a little bit of work there, kind of in the belief of that, you know, that I can attract that or have that in my life. It can be a present partner who, you know, it's going to work with, potentially going to work with, but it's upside down. So maybe there's some struggles, you know, going through there. So that is upside down for me, the True Love Guinevere card. You'll know about her from Arthur and Lancelot, I think it is, Sir Arthur and Lancelot. Expecting a miracle is in the present. That's Mother Mary, the presence of Mother Mary. She works with children. She can bring children in as well. If that's what you're looking to do, but working with kids primarily. But she's also very compassionate. That is having faith. Your prayers have been answered already. Kuan Yin is compassion. That one for me speaks to yourself, compassion for yourself, kindness for yourself. I feel like we can do a little bit more of that self-love, self-esteem, confidence with yourself, really important. Note that, as I said, that one's upside down. Undying love is loved ones in spirit. So wanting to connect, wanting to communicate. So noticing dreams, visions, any sounds, voices, knowledge dropping into your head. That's loved ones trying to make themselves heard. So definitely a little bit of communication trying to happen there with Nicole, Nicola rather, and someone trying to let you know what's coming. There's all sorts of reasons that they can try and get into communication with us. Kimberly Sharp, just going to have a look at you as well. So Kimberly, I'm just going to do a general hello, Josephine. Yes, and I really want to connect to you. There's so many people I want to do readings for. My gosh, the time just flies. The time flies. Kimberly Sharp, general, just going to come to you to see what I need to know. Kimberly. Kimberly, you've got quite a buzz about you. You've got quite nice energy. It's quite high vibrational, and it's quite a buzz. I really like that. So let me just draw some cards. I'll see where Kimberly's at. These are the same, Goddess Guidance, Drawing Virtue, if you're wondering. And there is a link in this post if you would like to connect with me one-on-one. I do mediumship, healings, readings, oracle cards, all that sort of stuff. Mentorship, teaching Reiki, whatever you need. Really, I am your girl. I can do most things. Kimberly Sharp, General. Okay, so number one for Kimberly, unconditional love again. It's a bit of a theme tonight. Boundaries, number one. So that's putting in place boundaries, saying no to others' demands on your time and energy, respecting yourself a lot more. Okay, so boundaries, number one. That is past into now, so it's an indication you're thinking about it, doing it, you know, putting into action. This one's upside down, so unconditional love was like that, Mary Magdalene. So unconditional love, and that is for yourself. Loving yourself first before you can love others, really important. So notice how that makes you feel, Kimberly, around loving yourself before you can love anyone else. Bodies of water, Sulis, upside down as well. So we've had a few upside down ones tonight. Bodies of water. The water is the female element in the body, and this is about going with the flow, letting go. We know we can't control everything, and understanding that. Now, bright future, hooray. That's the bottom of the deck. That's your overall clarifier. So bright future. So everything is working out. We need to stop worrying. And that's the water again, hey? Lots of water. So that's the female element again. Beautiful women, female energy, divine goddess. So tapping into that and letting go. We don't need to control everything or know exactly what's coming or what it's going to look like. We just have to go with the flow sometimes, but more love for yourself, respecting yourself, saying no to others' demands on your time and energy. Okay, beautiful. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to finish up. Now, if you wanted to connect after the show, I'll be here to answer your questions. And otherwise, we'll be back next week from 6:15 Standard Time and 7:15 Daylight Saving Time. Thank you so much, Erin, for that feedback. I can see that. Hooray. That's awesome. Really good feedback, and I love to hear that from you guys. Oh yeah, the perfectionist, hey? All right, so I will catch you again next week, unless I speak to you after the show. Have a great night. Bye.